Mm. Hello, this is Minotaur. I am going to present a review of League of Legends. It's a multiplayer, real-time game. You can Google it, find out more. Um, this is what Minotaur thinks. So I'll just run through some pros and cons, then I'll give a score, and then we can call it a day. Okay. Pros. Okay, so that was the list of pros. Now let's get to the cons. First of all, there are like barely any Minotaurs in this game, so that's a con. There should have been a lot of Minotaurs. The tutorial, it's kind of obnoxious. It's like if you were like 14 years old and your mom acted like you were 8 all the time, or like 6 years old or something, like all the time. Having her watch you play the game is kind of like playing the tutorial, because it's like, good job, you right-clicked on something, and I'm like, yeah, thanks for that. So basically, it just harasses you. It's sort of like trying to play on Congregate and browse report at the same time, and you're just trying to close all these pop-up windows that are all over the place. That's what the tutorial is like. Also, the tutorial, so it really like holds your hands, because they're all like, see that thing that has a W over it? If you press W on your keyboard, it'll do that. And I'm like, wow, thanks. So yeah, they really hold your hand on that kind of thing. But when it comes to like, how do you like actually fight something without them murdering you, they're like, you figure it out on your own. So that's not too good. It's kind of, they hold your hand like all the way to the first step of the swimming pool, and then they like throw you into the ocean immediately afterward. That's not good. They won't let you play by yourself except for that stupid tutorial mode. And I'd rather stab myself in the eye with this axe than do that again. So that's out. So basically, you've done this tutorial and you haven't learned any strategy whatsoever, and then you're jumping right into the game. And everyone takes it super seriously. I don't know why. They just do. It's supposed to be co-op versus AI, it's supposed to be casual, but it is not casual. And basically people will like rip you a new butthole for like everything that you do wrong, which will be everything, because you've never played this game before. That's why you're playing against beginner AI, but they don't seem to realize that. So basically 85% of the criticism is just plain hostile. They're all like, hey, you suck, stop feeding the bots. And you're like, SRY. And they're like, seriously. Sometimes they're a little bit nicer than that. They'll be like, they'll try to give you constructive criticism, but it doesn't really help. They just don't try hard enough. They're all like, hey, try not to engage in fights that you can't win. And it's like, well, that's every fight. I've lost every fight I've been in this whole game. Ah! So, I don't even know how you're supposed to use advice like that. I mean, eventually you figure it out, maybe, but the advice you get in-game, not hardly sufficient. Nope. And then, you know, sometimes they're like, hey, you need to use, like, tactics and strategy and stuff. And I'm like, okay. So, whatever. Next up, they just really hate newbies, pretty much, like, all around. There's this thing called a mastery system, and basically that means that if you've already been playing the game for like 1,000 hours, then you get all these like little tiny bonuses. They stack up, and eventually you're just like overpowered. at least moderately so. But it'd be nice to have that if, you know, back in the beginning, back when you sucked and you like really needed every advantage you could possibly get, but you don't have it. The people who already know what they're doing have the advantages, so it's like a reverse handicap, and it's like not fair. So that's not good. Runes, same thing. This one takes a while to figure out because sometimes when you, well, let me explain this. KS, that does not mean kissing. That if someone says nice KS, don't make this mistake that I made. What that doesn't mean is that they, like, you know, Googled your summoner name and read your fanfic on the internet and saw that hot scene with Anivia and Nuno that you wrote. They're not saying that that was like a really hot kiss. What they're saying is nice kill steal. KS is for kill steal. And they're being sarcastic. They don't think it's nice at all. Let me elaborate further. Basically, a kill steal, by the standards of these jerks on the internet with like no social skills, that basically means that if there's anybody in the game who's doing less damage than you on average, and they just happen to get the last hit in like once or twice in the entire game in a team battle, that's a kill steal, and they'll hate you forever. So that's no good, but that's what they do. I don't know why. Again, why are they playing beginner mode, racking up 30 kills a game just for the lulz, and then taking it too seriously? I don't know. Next, the AI. It'll murder you. Sorry. At least at first it will. Maybe you'll learn. Next, this really just adds insult to injury. And you go onto the forums anywhere, they're all like, Z, oh my god, everybody, this AI is like so stupid. I tried playing it without using the keyboard whatsoever, just to make it harder, and I tried like feeding the bots on purpose and you know, having two of my friends log out halfway through the game for a 3 versus 5, and it was just way too easy, and they're like, yeah, thanks. But yeah, let's go on. I haven't even gotten to the biggest concern yet, and I saved it for the end. And that is that this game does not have enough cleavage. Not nearly enough. There's like barely anybody. I mean, off the top of my head, all I can really think of is Anivia, Caitlyn, Cassiopeia, Evelyn, Aurelia, Janna, Miss Fortune, Morgana, Sivir, and Sona. I mean, that's pretty much it. There isn't any other cleavage other than that, and that's like barely anybody. And Aurelia is kind of borderline. I mean, okay, yeah, there are some characters with pseudo cleavage, like Lux has that thing going on where she has this really weird armor that's like crafted specifically to be shaped like her boob, like not like, you know, the way you normally do it, like just cover the whole thing with one unit that like it's like a standard breastplate, but it's like really weird. It's like those, you know, clamshells that Ariel wears, but they're made out of steel. Yeah, kind of like that. And Soraka, not cleavage really. It's side boob. So if you're a side boob kind of man, or a side boob kind of Minotaur, then I guess that's cool, but it's not really cleavage. Okay, so and overall, it's 94%, but that's a really low A+. So Riot Games, you need to do better. Thank you. Minotaur.